Third grade, are you ready?
To do this fast-paced event, walkers must always keep one foot on the ground at all times.
The hip movement is necessary so that athletes should not bend their front knee. Top walkers complete a mile in 6 to 7 minutes. Race walking is an unusual sport, but it is gaining in popularity. Throughout the years, there have been several unusual sports, but let's start at the beginning. The Olympics often hold special places in our hearts and minds.
But do many of us really know what the Olympic Games represent? Why is there even a flame? The torch, the ring. The torch represents the connection between the ancient Olympic Games and the modern Olympic Games.
From Greece, the flame is carried to the city, hosting the games by thousands of torchbearers. Wherever the torch goes, it announces the Olympic Games.
The torch also promotes the cultures of the regions through which it passes. At the current Olympic site, the torch will burn to the length of the game.
Friendship is all about celebrating. The Olympic philosophy goal is to promote a message of peace, friendship, and education throughout the whole world, for everyone, not just athletes. The Olympic Games have always brought people together as we celebrate amazing athletes, sports, and cultures. Men and women of different races, religions, and nationalities work together in competition toward a common goal. The 5 Olympic rings are linked together to symbolize the uniting of athletes from all over the world. The Olympics has a life motto. The Olympics also represents balance between an athlete's body, will, and mind.
These athletes never stop trying their best as they continue to aim for excellence.
Giving one's best and aiming for personal excellence are goals for everyone.
Trying our best is one of Dr. Rance's rules. Trying our best is on our classroom mission statements.
When everyone participates in sports, their body, will, and mind improves.
Today's Olympic athletes strive for 3 values: excellence, friendship, and respect. Excellence is all about giving one's best in sports and in life. This is when we set goals and aim to do our best.
Friendship is about focusing on team spirit, joy, optimism, and togetherness.
Athletes learn to respect themselves, others, their world, and our environment.
When we have the right attitude, we can all overcome challenges and succeed. The athletes in the Olympics want to motivate young people around the world to participate in sports by proving that sports can bring out the best in people. The Olympics has a life motto include.
The motto was just updated this past year. It is now swifter, higher, and stronger together.
The word together was added to show that solidarity fuels the Olympics mission to make the world a better place.
We can only go faster, we can only aim higher, we can only become stronger by standing together.
The
athletes of the 2020 Olympic Games kept moving when the rest of the world around them stopped. The Olympic organizers wanted to showcase the message of solidarity and the belief that the world moves forward only when it moves together. The Olympic creed is a guiding principle for everyone.
The most important thing in the Olympic Games is not to win, but to take part. Just as the most important thing in life is not to triumph, but to struggle.
The Olympic creed is about having a growth mindset. Just keep on trying. We might not win, but we should be happy if we have tried our best.
An amazing model of sportsmanship happened in the 2020 Olympics. Two athletes tied on the high jump. Instead of having the usual tiebreaker, they asked there to be two gold medals. These athletes both knew they had tried their best and they both should win. Everything started in Greece, some 3,000 years ago. During the first Olympic Games, we had only individual sports for men, and they competed naked. Yes! They competed naked? Really? Even the spectators were all men. Married women weren't even allowed to watch. What? Women get thrown off of a cliff if they even try to watch. Yikes! So much! There was one exception for a woman to watch the Olympics. She could on a horse that competed in a race. One of the most popular events at the time was the wheelchair race.
This was an extremely dangerous event where the athletes ride in a small wagon attached to 4 horses.
When the horses won, even a woman would receive the recognition, not the person that had just raced the horse.
Another original sport is the long jump.
This competition would have a flute player because it was thought that the music would help the runner with his movement and rhythm.
Music and singing, as well as poetry and drama competitions, used to be a part of some of the beginning Olympic Games too. A few other unusual events that we have had over time are solo synchronized swimming and live pin shooting. You can probably guess why these weren't very popular events. Long ago, there only used to be 9 sports. Now there are over 30 sports and 300 events taking place during the Olympics. Some of our class's favorite sports are basketball, swimming, fencing, table tennis, and gymnastics. Hello, my name is... Wait a second, you go first. No, you go first. You go first.
You go first.
You go first.
You go first.
Oh man, fine. My name is Harvey. No. My name is Damian Lewis for play.
My name is Alex. Dang it, it's Kevin Durant. Fourth day. We're going to share about basketball, because basketball is obviously our favorite sport.
Wait a second, it is one of my favorite sports, but it is not my favorite sport.
Come on, you know what I mean. It might not be your favorite sport, but it's one of your favorite sports, right? We are professional basketball players.
Yes, it is one of my favorites. You're right.
Moving on, basketball has been a sport in the Olympics for quite a while. It is very hard to make the Olympic team. The All-Stars are automatic on the team, but the rest must try out.
We are both known as All-Stars, so we were chosen to represent the USA.
I'm an All-Star because I have had the most points in Olympic history. This week I scored more points than Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan.
Wow, congrats, Katie. I am an All-Star because I am really good at making free throws under pressure. I am Mr. Calm, cool, and collected in stressful situations.
Congrats to you, Dame Dollar. In my Olympic Games, I scored at least 21 points each time.
In my Olympic Games, I scored at least 11 points each time.
Once again, Team USA won the Olympic gold medal.
I am 31 years old, and this past year was my first Olympics.
I am 32 years old, and this past year was my third Olympics. There have only been 3 players to be in 3 or more Olympics.
We hope you
enjoyed hearing some of our stats and history. Now we will show you some dribbling and passing skills.
All right.
since the modern games started in 1896. Women's swimming events were in 1912.
It is one of the only sports that has been in every single Summer Olympics, and it is one of the most popular sports with over 30 events.
Swimming events used to take place in the ocean. In 1908, the first pool was used and it was built in the middle of the running track.
Now we have enclosed swimming pools, but there is an open water swimming event done in oceans or lakes. It is called a 10-kilometer marathon.
10 kilometers is 6.2 miles. Marathons are 26.2 miles. This doesn't make sense.
It takes about 2 hours to finish the swimming event. This is about the same time as elite runners finish a marathon. So that is why the marathon name stuck with the event.
Okay, that makes sense. I can't imagine swimming for 2 whole hours without stopping. These outdoor swimmers must also pay attention to many distractions such as waves, jellyfish, sea snakes, and even sharks.
The oldest stroke is the breaststroke, and that is my favorite stroke. I am a competitive swimmer, and the breaststroke is my best event.
There are 4 different strokes in swimming.
Freestyle, backstroke, breaststroke, and butterfly.
One of the swimmers from the past summer's Olympics was Lydia Jacobi.
This was her first Olympics. She is from Alaska, and she is just 17 years old. She is the first Alaskan to make the Olympic swimming team.
She won a gold medal in the 100-meter breaststroke.
Right now, she is back in high school finishing up her senior year. Next year, she will go to college and swim.
In the state of Alaska, there is only one 50-meter pool where athletes can train for distance.
She had to practice at her high school pool, which is only 25 meters long. I think it is amazing that she won because she did not get to train in an Olympic-sized pool.
The average high school swimmer swims 1 million strokes per season.
Did you know that swimmers sweat in the pool? To me, this only happens when I swim outside.
And swimming takes a lot of energy, and it burns about 50% more calories than biking.
When I first started swimming, I was really tired. Now I have the endurance for it. But right now, we're going to share the 4 strokes.
First stroke is backstroke. Now we have freestyle. Now we have the breaststroke. Some people call this the frog stroke. Finally, we have the butterfly. It is the hardest stroke.
She has 4 different skills named after her. She does stunts that are so hard that no one else can do them.
My favorite fact about Simone is that she started gymnastics at the age of 6. Only 10 years later, she was competing at the World Championship.
I love that her nickname is Simone, and that she's only 4 feet 5 inches. She may be little, but she is powerful.
Many people think of Simone as a hero and a role model, but it's fun to learn about her ordinary interests too. Her favorite school subject is fishing, and her favorite athlete is Steph Curry.
It is amazing to me that she trains 7 hours a day and that she is 24 years old. It's crazy that she is at retirement age in gymnastics.
This year at the Olympics, she taught us all about the importance of mental health. She stopped competing for a few days so that she could focus on her mindfulness. She knew she needed to protect her mental health.
Simone showed bravery by letting others know that she had to work on her well-being. She is still the greatest. She is not the greatest because she has never lost, but because she let us know that she needed to work on her mental health.
She felt like she had the weight of the world and that she had to live up to expectations that were not in her control.
It is important to understand that our heroes and role models are humans, just like us. We all have to learn how important it is to take care of ourselves mentally and physically.
I'm so glad that we have self-care at our school.
I love our social and emotional learning Friday.
We are learning to take care of ourselves mentally and physically.
Now we will share some of our favorite moves. Fencing was in the very first Olympic game in Greece, and it has been in every Summer Olympics since then. The athletes wear suits that are white. This game is won by scoring points that are sword touches to your opponent. In the earlier times, touching was recorded by getting ink on you from your opponent's foil. Foil is a type of sword used in fencing. The foil would have cotton attached to the end that had been dripped in ink. Fencing is the only combat sport with no weight classes. Many of the ballet moves that are done today originated from fencing. The creator of modern Olympic Games was a fencer. Today, I'm Valentina Visali. I started the sport at age 6, and now I'm 47 years old, and I am a world-famous fencer and politician. I'm from Italy, and I was the first woman to win 24 gold medals for Olympic fencing. Now we'll demonstrate an bout. This means a fencing competition.
On guard!
We are going to share about ping pong. I love playing ping pong with my family.
Some people call it table tennis. I also really like playing table tennis with my family.
Both names are correct. Supposedly, whip-whack was the original name as the game was being invented.
England invented ping pong, and it has been a part of the Olympics since the 1980s.
Table tennis is similar to the game of tennis, but there are some specific differences.
In table tennis, you must let the ball bounce on your side before you turn it. In tennis, you do not have to let the ball bounce on your side.
The game of table tennis can be played in different setups. My favorite setup is mixed doubles. This is where a boy and a girl team up and play together.
I like singles. This is where it is one player against another player.
Mixed doubles is very complicated because you have to hit the ball in specific places. The ball must be hit diagonally after it has bounced in the server's right court. Partners alternate hitting with each play.
Games are played to 11 points and must be won by 2 points. Opponents play a match. This means they play until someone wins 3 games out of 5.
One of my favorite rules is about the edge ball. The ball can bounce on the very edge of the surface, bounce sideways, and still be fair.
Today, professional players have started using artificial intelligence to train.
They have robots that they can program to copy another person's playing style. And of course, these robots never get tired.
Now we're going to share about some professional ping pong players.
You mean professional whip-whack players?
Sure, Mason. Today I will be David Wong, and I am from China. I started my career in China, but I moved to the United States where I continue the sport. I also represent the U.S. in table tennis.
I am Nick Counter, and I am from California. I represent the USA in table tennis.
Table tennis is a sport that many other people can enjoy. I am 58 years old, and I have been to the Olympic Games. I started the game when I was 8.
I became professional by the age of 12. I trained for 42 hours a week. I moved to the United States in 1990. I became Male Athlete of the Year, and I'm in the Sports Hall of Fame.
I am only 18, but I started competing in 2014 at the age of 11. I play singles and doubles.
Now we're going to demonstrate the game of ping pong.
Whiplash! Our class brainstormed some sports that we think should be added to the Olympics.
If the Olympics wants to motivate young people to do their best, we think they should include sports that we're interested in.
I think we should bring back the sport of polo to the Olympics because polo is the oldest team sport. Polo is played on horseback between two teams of four. Players use mallets to hit the ball down the grass field between two goal posts. It is kind of like soccer or hockey on horseback, and that horse is riding full speed. The Olympics has several events with horses, but none of them are team sports. Polo stopped being an Olympic sport because it was too expensive to play and World War II was happening. Today, polo clubs are opening up across the U.S. and people or players do not have to own their own horses. We even have a polo club in Kido, Canada. The U.S. Polo Association has partnered with 16 colleges to foster young polo players. Recently, polo was added to the Summer Youth Olympics in 2018 as a demonstration sport to promote it. Hopefully we'll be making a comeback to the Olympics soon. Now we will demonstrate a If this was a sport, people would be doing tricks such as loops, rolls, and many other things. Pilots would be going one at a time to show their amazing skill. F-14s have a maximum speed of Mach 2. This means that they can go really fast. They also have 2 seats in the cockpit. 1 seat for a pilot and 1 seat for a radar and tech officer. The F-14 was the United States' main fighter jet for almost the whole Cold War. Now I'll show you some tricks they can do. The Olympics always have new sports being added too.
In the 2020 Olympics, there were 40 sports and one returning sport.
The new sports were karate, skateboarding, wood climbing, and surfing.
Baseball and softball made a comeback to the Olympics.
The 2024 Olympic Games will be in Paris, and this will be their third time hosting the Olympics. No fair!
Paris is keeping skateboarding, sports climbing, surfing, and introducing one new sport. The current Topeka Collegiate 8th graders wanted to add the sport when they were in 3rd grade, so we really can see how this is a sport that younger people enjoy. The new sport is
Breaking. Yes, finally, my sport!
Let's get hip-hopping. Breaking, more commonly known as breakdancing, is our 2024 new sport. Breaking, this new sport is gender balanced, and it is associated with youth and creativity. These newer sports, horse climbing, surfing, skateboarding, surfing, and breaking, are easy to take up, and they have very active communities on social media. Over the next several years, the conclusion of these events helps inspire millions of children to take up sport. Breaking originated in the 1970s, inspired by the godfather of soul, Mr. James Brown. Music is their #1 ingredient in breakdancing because the breakers dance to the beat of the music. Breaking is a form of street dance that has a unique culture with its own history, lingo, and many dances. International competitions started in the 1990s. In the Olympics, there will be 2 events with 32 competitors, 1 event for 60 men and 1 event for 60 women. They'll compete in solo battles, improvising, and adapting their moves to be the DJ's track.
Woo! Let's get breaking. Remember, we only have 3 years to get our moves down. Let's show what we've been working on at PE.
I'm so looking forward to breaking in PE and watching it in the Olympics.
The 2024 Olympics is committed to involving as many people as possible in a sustainable way. Paris is very committed to having a climate-positive Olympics. Paris plans to showcase how we can and will be successful in the fight against climate change. Paris is also very committed in inspiring an athletic mindset and Olympic values for all in our day-to-day life. For the first time, the Olympics will have a marathon for any amateur athlete. This race will take place on the same course and day as the Olympic event. Cool, how fun! If we keep grinding on Fridays, maybe we will be able to run. We will just have to get prepared. It is amazing that the Olympic philosophy has not changed in all these years. We are still promoting peace, friendship, education, and togetherness. It is awesome that a girl fighter has always been a part of the Olympics.
The importance is still the same today. Life is all about having a positive attitude, trying our best, and being involved.
What counts most in life is not the victory, but the struggle.
Just keep on